was massing. He got the reactor for a factory in a bunker, or not bunker. Wow, barracks. So he can get quick units, mass units on the field. As he's massing Hellions and Marines. So he's definitely looking to try to get a quick, good game here. But Tarson is able to push, fend off this attack here from Lucifron with these siege tanks, since siege tech is research. Now we do have a scan going off here from Tarson, so he's going to see these dual barracks on the way, as well as that starport there, as well as that factory. So that was a pretty well-placed scan there from Lucifron. Now we do have Lucifron is looking build up some more units over here in front of this natural, as there's only one siege tank guarding this right now, as the Hellions are just getting picked off. And apparently they killed some lone marine that was there. And sorry I had a yawn there because I'm incredibly tired now. Anyways, that Viking just gets demolished by Tarson there. I don't know what that Viking was planning on doing. So yeah. Now it looks like Lucifron realized his harass is done. He doesn't want to lose any more minerals in units, as he's forced to pull back to his base. Now we do have Lucifron is safely taking his natural, which is a little later than Tarson, but Tarson went for a quick expand. Now we do have 2 refineries are on the way for that natural for Lucifron, so that gas income is going to be pretty high, and as well as the 2 refineries are now getting built for Tarson as well. So we also have Vikings and Marauders are on the way for both teams, and also as well as Stimpack, and we do have concussive shells on the way for Tarson. And the only difference is Tarson is getting those siege tanks, and those siege tanks is what's helping them win these matches. As the first 2 games, those siege tanks were basically a good game. They were the game changers. So Lucifron needs to come up with something to counter that. As we do have Lucifron is chasing Tarson's attack here, as Tarson is pushing out with his Vikings, managed to pick off that one Banshee. No, that Banshee survives with 30 health left, as Tarson was trying to push out with his handful of Marines and siege tanks. As there's nothing really going on now, as they're both just kind of chilling. Anyways, now we do have a medevac, I guess, on the way for Lucifron, and Tarson is lagging. Wow, that's some hate casters. That is a problem with some of these pro tournaments. You have so many spectators that it causes lag for both players, whoever's playing the tournament, and that's a problem with StarCraft 2, as it doesn't have LAN. We really need LAN support to keep that problem from happening. Now we do have attack coming in here from Tarson, but it's not going to be enough, as Lucifron is able to push back that small attack there from Tarson, as we do have siege tanks that were placed down there from Tarson, as he just demolished that SCV and both SCVs. So he pushed Lucifron back into his base. Now this could be it. Tarson could be able to take this game 3, which would give him the championship. He would be the winner of the ESL tournament. So here we go. We have a Stimpack from Lucifron, as he is pushing out now, looking to take out these SCVs. What a poor move there by Tarson. He unsieged at the wrong moment, and he is going to lose all of these tanks here, as well as those Marauders. Wow, that was just a poor move there by Lucifron, by Tarson. Great move there by Lucifron, as the Stimpack just now wears off from the Marauders. We have massive Vikings in the field here from Tarson, but we have a handful of Marines here that should be able to counter those Vikings, as we only have a handful of Marauders on the field for Tarson. Is he able to fend off this attack from Lucifron? And yes, he does, just barely, as he did have a couple siege tanks on the choke point to fend off that attack, as Lucifron is now forced to pull back with what units he has left and build up another army. So we also have tier 1 infantry weapons on the way for Tarson, which could be game changer, having even just one upgrade can be a difference between a good game and losing. So we do have, looks like a bunch of Vikings are running around here from Tarson, as these Marines are going to be able to pick off one of those Vikings. Now we do have another massive Marauder ball here from Lucifron. Looks like that's going to be his answer to those siege tanks, which, it works. I would probably get Thors with the cannons, just, you know, throw some cannons on those siege tanks and bam, they're dead. But yeah, mass marauders works too. But I don't think he doesn't even have concussive shells, which I'm kind of surprised. But that stim pack also works. Now we do have siege tech now also on the way for Lucifron, as well as he's now going to finally some mass siege tanks. He's just saying, screw it, if it's working for my opponent, I might as well do it myself too. Yeah, now we do have also a command center for Tarson. Where is it now? They're both looking to take over the third base, but Tarson was trying to prevent that command center from getting built from Lucifron, and he does, which is all. He does lose a few Vikings there, but he prevented it from getting built, which is all he wanted to do. Every few seconds counts. Now we do have Tier 1 armor on the way for Tarson. So he's definitely looking to tech hard at the moment, as Tarson is just now claiming his third base, which is going to work out for him, as he did prevent Lucifron for a few seconds from building his third base, so the income is going to be slightly higher, at least at the moment. Now we do have a huge push here from Lucifron, as there's only basically the same army composition here from Tarson also. The only difference is there's mass medivacs here from Lucifron, and that could prevent Tarson from defending against this massive Marine Marauder attack that's pushing out right now from him. Now Lucifron decided to pull back. He's waiting for a few more Vikings to get into play, as he's now going to go over this high yield, as Tarson is going to realize what's coming. And yeah, with a lot of siege tanks, 5 siege tanks are sieged now from Tarson, so he should be able to wow, there's a fail skill going off there, as Tarson was hoping. I'm guessing that was a scan from Tarson. I'm actually not sure, because Tarson was probably scanning to see the units come in and siege tank just destroy them. Anyways, now we do have this huge, pretty big army composition here from Lucifron. So I think he's basically trying to decide what's going on, as he is building more units. This is just going to be a huge siege tank and Marine Marauder battle going on here. I mean, Tarson does have the high ground to his advantage with these siege tanks. So Lucifron needs to try coming over here, maybe put everything in those medivacs and drop into the base, as these siege tanks are pretty far off from the main. So if he can attack that main with some drops, that will help him a lot. As now we have a little concave getting forced built here from Tarson. Scan go down from Lucifron, as stim pack from Tarson goes off, but Lucifron is not going to do anything, as he's scouting with his airships to see what's up. And now we do have a missile turret on the way from Tarson. Now we have no Marines, only a few Marines on the field for Tarson, which I'm kind of surprised. It's not your normal MMM ball. Now we do have a drop coming in here into the main from Lucifron, as there is only 2 siege tanks here to defend against this, and it's just, oh wow, we have Marauders on the top ground and high ground picking off all of Tarson units, as he is going to be able to finish off Tarson's defenses here, as Tarson is forced to unsiege these tanks at his natural and forced to pull him back to his main. But the damage is done. There's a great unit composition here in Tarson's main, and he is going to be able to destroy a lot of these buildings, as Tarson does now siege tank on the low ground. But Lucifron is just going to push his units back up into the base, and another siege tank does get down by Tarson. That's probably going to get sieged over here, but it's fully mined out, so yeah. Anyways, we do have Lucifron does stim pack and moves right close to the siege tanks, as he is in this concave there. And is he going to be able to kill? He is going to be able to kill that other siege tank, as all the siege tanks are gone from Lucifron. We have Lucifron now with. Wow, Lucifron was able to kill all those siege tanks from Tarson, and he has his own siege tanks on the low ground here, just picking off units one by one. And now I won't be surprised, as he is going to lift top these siege tanks and bring them into the base. Tarson's in trouble. I think this is game for Lucifron, as Tarson is forced to pull back whatever units he has there in his. Where is it? Actually, he has no units. He has only that 1 siege tank, so he is not forced to pull anything back, as he only has that 1 siege tank, as Lucifron is bringing over some more units. Only a few units, but the more the merrier, as Tarson does good game. And great play there from Lucifron. He kept the pressure on incredibly hard, and then pushed out and attacked in the perfect place, as he did scout all those siege tanks over at the, not really the natural, but over at his third base here that Tarson had up. So he decided to attack in the far corner of the main, and where there was only a handful of units to defend against, and that gave him the game. So there we have it. The tournament is now 2-1. Still Tarson's still in the lead, but Lucifron was able to pull out a victory. So I'll see you all in Game 4.